Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build an Inca plot. Now, I actually don't know what to do in this episode. Probably just work more on the next building and stuff. Probably what we're going to be doing. Like I've been doing with all my other series, I'm going to be recording 2 or 3 episodes in a row, try and get some content rendered and ready to upload for when I go on holiday, which is coming around pretty close now. And I've also just seen that in the latest texture update we have bats, so I think I'm going to put in loads of bats in the cave over there. That's going to look quite nice, hopefully. I do want to redo this path and make it a lot nicer, but I want to at least finish this building first, so that we've got more of an idea on what the streets are going to look like. So let's work on this building. First of all, what's this building going to be? I think probably just like another house. Let's see, we've got this guy's going to be like a hunter-gatherer type person. Maybe a farmer because he's quite close to the farm, or he's the closest to the farm. Maybe both these guys can be farm hands actually. We've got the wicker maker guy, we've got the priest guy, we've got the bakery, which actually isn't a house. So far we've got 2, 4, 7... We've got about 8 people living in this village. It's not bad. With this house, it'll go to about 10, and then you're going to have like a barracksy place here, so there's going to be like a few more. Maybe like 15 to 20 people living here. So that's kind of what do we need then in that sort of environment? I think someone who makes clothes, like dyes and stuff like that. You've got the wicker guy. I think here would be a good place for it as well. You've got quite a bit of open space. I know I was going to put like a small market, but I don't think this place needs a market because it's not that big an area, is it? So I don't think it's really needed. I am going to extend this a little bit, and now it looks a very odd shape. We could even make the odd shape a little odder by adding this to it. So now it comes out in like an L shape, which I think is good. So that's what we'll go for. We'll go for that. I like how things just happen randomly like this. Up we go. You know, I've just realised I worked quite hard on coming up with a style with the roof and everything being at like this angle. Quite weird. And none of the houses have used that yet. But it's fine. This one actually doesn't use that, but because of the wood, it almost looks like it does. Anyway. just noticed that. I thought it was like quite weird and random. Now this house, how are we actually going to do the roof on this one? Because there's going to be the dominant roof here, I suppose, because that's the longer bit. But then we could also make that the dominant roof. It's kind of too... well, this would be the main dominant roof, I suppose. We're going to have it 3 high, and then this is going to be going up like that, and then this one's going to go up like that. I think that I'm going to do the weird fancy roof. Don't want it to be too high though. That might be too high. Well, let's carry on building off in this direction. Like this. And then that's going to go up like this, and then it's going to go to that one, and then up there, and then up there, and then across like this. And it actually needs to go all the way across like that. I don't want this to be too high, but at the same time it does need to be different. So I guess that kind of works. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, right, let's add some randomization in them with the red stained clay. And for those of you who don't know what I'm doing with the red stained clay, you should do by now. We've done this quite a lot. We're going to be changing the biome to a mesa biome, and you get like the really nice hardened clay red look. I actually noticed somebody on the server using the red sandstone and the red stained clay for like a Native American mud brick type house. So I think that's quite nice to see that somebody inspiring people to do things like this, getting them to use different ideas. It's a really nice, simple look as well. And no, I thought I'd just place a random one. And we've still got these narrow little alleyways, so it's good. You've got one going off that way, one coming this way. This is going to be like a smaller, well, slightly bigger one, and it's going to come out here. I think. I'm thinking here, like, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm gonna have to rework the terrain, I think, to actually get the dyes for like the clothes and stuff to work. But I've got a few ideas at least anyway. I've never actually tried to do a building like this in any style, so it should be quite interesting. Alright, so let's start changing all these biomes over. I think I'm going to spend 2 episodes on this, maybe, just because it's going to be easier for me to edit it all that way. One episode will be the house, the second episode will be like all the detailing and stuff. So you could, if you don't want to see me building a house, you can probably just skip this episode for the most part. Let's try to do a wood floor for this house. What did we do in the other house? I think we did cobble floor, didn't we? What did we do in these 2 buildings? Let's see. This one is a mix of cobble and thatch, and this one just cobble. So I think we'll go for cobble and thatch again instead of wood. So let's knock all this out again for some cobblestone. Probably could be using World Edit for this, might go a little quicker, or at least do the meta stick as well. It could go a little bit quicker, but there we go, we're done now. I need to go grab a hay block, hay bale, and we're just going to put a few of these about into the floor. For those of you who don't know, I think I went over this in one of the episodes anyway, they used to have thatch floors, and like normal classic medieval used to do this as well, because the thatch would keep you off the cold floor, because the floor would normally be like packed dirt and just earth, so the thatch was like quite warm to sleep on and it retain heat and stuff. And oh god, I lost my train of thought. No, completely blanked. Wow. I was in the middle of saying something. I'm actually going to change that like this. There we go. That works a bit better. God, what was I going to say then? Ah, it's really annoying me now. I hate it when I do stuff like this. Oh god. It'll come back to me. I was on about packed dirt, wasn't I? And thatch. Oh yeah, because it was like a cheap material, so it was like easy to change out. So yeah, that was like the reason they did that. It was just quite simple to gather the materials, and it was quite simple to just generally use, because of how like effective it was at retaining the heat. And I'm just kind of rambling on now to try and make sense of whatever it is that I was. Anyway, let's get on to the house building again. So we're mixing it up with this being a more significant building. We're using some wood on the edge of the building just to make it smoothen it all out. And it's quite a nice, simplistic idea. I think it was Gamberman actually told me on the stream when I was building that one over there. And it's a really cool idea, just to add slight variation and further show off how much wealthier, that doesn't sound like good English, how more important and more kind of, again, can't think of the word, better off, that's not a good word, but that's the word I'm going to use. How like better, how more better, that's just such bad English. Wow, I really can't talk this morning. I'm actually recording this at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Normally I record my videos like mid-afternoon. Maybe that's why I'm struggling to speak. Who knows? So we're actually going to do this and then that. Okay, so there we go, we've got that sort of laid out. Next thing to work on is the randomization in the roof. So to do that, we need some sandstone stairs, and we're just going to place a couple of those about like this, turn them every now and then. Even on this top bit we can have a stir or two, so let's do something like that, so you get a little hole there. Do it down here as well, and put one here, and we'll put these two here, and then go along like that. Yep. And on this side we're going to do one like this. Alright, so I'll just cut that a little bit out, but I think I'm going to just show you guys this bit, just in case there's any like new people to the channel or people who still don't get it. The meta stick, because I get comments like this all the time, it's a plugin. So people always like, I get comments saying, how do you use the stick? I've tried it on like single player and it doesn't work. It's a plugin that the server has. I think it's called Many Small Tweaks. There's another one similar to it called Everything on Everything, I think. You need the plugin to be able to use the stick. It's not like a vanilla Minecraft feature. And if you just hit stirs like 8 times, then you'll get it to go into the right direction. If you shift and left click, it will copy the block that you hit. If you shift and right click, it will change it, like paste that block. Is there anything else that needs to be going over? I don't think there is. That's like the main things. It's just people all the time saying, how do you do that? Because it's not working for me on my like single player world and stuff. There you go, there's that. Looks quite nice. I would like to get some slabs in here, but I can't get the slab because then I'd have to change the biome and it would mess up the mesa stuff that we've got going on underneath. So I could possibly leave it open like that. Let's try that actually. We'll put some stir blocks here and then we'll change that to that block. There we go. So I want to copy that one, paste, and then copy, paste. Looks a little better, doesn't it? So there we go, we've got yet another building complete. And it's starting to actually look quite nice now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings in our little village. And I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out. If we go for a little walk, obviously some detailing stuff that we need to do. I think it's starting to come together quite nicely. It's starting to feel complete. So for the rest of the episode, we're just going to work on some exterior detailing. You see there, biome's messed up. That kind of sucks. That's where I was like messing about with ideas. So let's do some exterior detail. First, we're going to need a door, and then we're going to need some of these, and I think I've got some buttons somewhere. There we go. Stone buttons and wood buttons. So we're going to mainly use the buttons along here. I think I'm going to place this going up to there like that, and that's going to have to go to that block and then up to there. And that's basically just making it a tighter space, so instead of just being able to walk out, you've actually got to walk around this little section. Same here, you know, it's a tight thing to walk through. Put a few buttons along here, down there, one up here, there. Don't think we need to do this section too much with like stilts, and I do think that I need to remove all of this grass here, so we'll do that, and we'll do it all along here and just really push this quite far back, just so we've got this big open space there. It makes it seem a bit, you know, you've got more going on, if that makes sense. I'm also going to do a little cover, so I'm going to just get a simple slab thing like that, and that's kind of it. It's done. Like I said, very, very simple little idea. Basically, just to sort of shelter it from any rain, if there would be rain, and I think even doing it at an angle like that. Yeah, so you know, we've got a little section there for stuff, and can that goes up to there? Yes, it can. So we're going to have another one still to either side, just supporting the roof like that, and that might be it. So we'll just go spam a few buttons around, just to add that little bit of randomization. I'm going to put another one of these here as well. Again, just keeps the streets quite narrow and stuff. I don't think I'm going to put one here because that's just a bit overkill. We could though put one right here and go right the way up, so we'll do that, and I think that could be complete. That might look nice. Yep. A couple of buttons about, keeping these ones low down, and then don't want to put a button on top of a button, do we? So we'll just put a few more higher up. One more like that. Change that one out. Change that one out. Put another one down there. And we need some on this side as well, don't we? So a couple of buttons over this side. I'm happy with that. I don't know about having a window. I think I might have a window in this house. So we'll have a little window there. I said window 3 times. Well, 4 times now. In quick succession. Not good. Right. To finish off this episode, I'm just going to do the underlying roof, and then the next episode we will work on doing the interior and doing sort of outside detail for this building. So let's just spam a few torches around so we can see what we're doing, and I'm going to get my oak slabs and my oak stairs, and I'm doing the exact same under roof that I've done for all the other houses. With this being a small village, I'm pretty sure that they would be very similar inside, so we're just going to have a couple of stairs and then some slabs like that. And actually, with this building being like an L shape, it's going to be quite interesting to come up with a working idea. So I think if we do that, that's actually going to work. Then just do that. I suppose that fits. I mean, I could even just do a slab. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. And then all along here, it's just going to be slabs. And then do stairs like this maybe, and then slabs like that again. I don't think that's how it's meant to be done, but that works, so that's what we'll go for. And oh, I need to change the hay over inside this house as well, so just really quickly do that. And that's the end of this episode, guys. So if you're enjoying the series and you want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys